So I'm here today with Brian Shapiro, who teaches Dynamics 676, Communication Competence, Extracting Value in Key Organizational Interactions. So Brian, tell me, why did you create this course?
I created this course based upon my own experiences in the workforce and those of my interests as both a scholar and a performer, actually. And this course is really centered around developing our communication skill sets to the highest competency level possible, meaning having the widest range of communication behaviors possible. And I've noticed in my work experience from the very first job interview that I had coming out of undergrad to the consulting work that I do today, so many times individuals are communicating in a manner unconscious or unaware of the impact, potential negative impact that some of their communication styles may be having. And so this course is designed to sort of help illuminate why we have the communication styles that we do and how we can expand upon those so that we can mitigate the unintentional and unintended missteps that can occur when we remain within a very narrow range of communication styles and practices.
Okay, so how did your work as a performer, as a consultant, help inform what this course is about?
Well, as a performer, I've taken on the task several times of using a performance technique that involves interviewing subject matter and interviewing individuals around this subject matter, and then replicating, in a sense, the answers that they provided to me in the interview questions. So in a sense, it was like doing some ethnographic research. And then instead of writing that research up, I would actually perform the research. I'm by no means the inventor of this process, but I found by having to step into another person's shoes, literally into their words, and to try and convey the meaning that they are intending to convey in how they speak their words, the pace, the rate, the pitch, so on and so forth, really was a key step to developing empathy for others. And I feel empathy is one of the missing ingredients when it comes to how we can become better communicators.
Okay, great. So what do you expect students will take away from this course experience?
The first thing they're going to take away is a deeper understanding of their own communication practices and where those practices may come from. So that involves a self-assessment, a communication assessment, in which they will begin to uncover sort of the unintended blind spots in their communication practices. Where are some of their communication strengths? Where are some of the challenges in their communication repertoire? And so that's one of the big takeaways. The other takeaways are going to be to develop a greater sense of empathy for the individuals that they are communicating with. So whether they're communicating with a coworker, a superior, or subordinate, how can they very quickly and effectively attempt to understand what that person's emotional experience might be when they are communicating with them? Not only that, in order to really heighten that empathy, they're going to develop very strong listening skills. So we spend some time really developing listening skill sets, because that is it's a skill that we often don't have the ability to really develop. So I would say those are sort of the three key things that they will walk out of this class with.
Okay, so how do those takeaways, how does that inform the classroom experience? How will students learn throughout the semester?
It's a great question that you ask. So one of the primary ways in which we are going to learn is going to be actually through conducting interviews and performing other people. And what I mean by that is we're not going to get on the stage and actually do a theater piece, but what we are going to do is we'll practice in the classroom interviewing each other. And we will practice then sort of speaking the words of those people that we interviewed as a way to prepare ourselves to interview somebody within our organization or somebody we know in our social and work circles, and try and get a better sense of what their experience and communication experience is like in their organization. And so it's a very hands-on, engaging type of curriculum. That's only one part of it. Not only that, but there will be these, like I mentioned before, communication self-assessments, and then we're going to be doing a lot of journaling in the class, sort of weekly recordings of attempts at trying to as we say in the course title, right? Extract value from key organizational interactions. So there will be a lot of journaling. There's a 21-day process that we're going to engage in. There's going to be small group discussion or partner discussion within the class itself. So there's a lot of interaction amongst those who are in the class. And my goal is to sort of continue to feed knowledge and help direct some of the learning, but a lot of the real substantive learning is going to take place in the student interactions themselves.
That's great. It sounds like a really great experience.
It is. It's a fun class. It can be a very challenging class at times, but what every person who comes out of this class comes out with is a heightened awareness of the impact that their communication practices can have on others, and concrete steps that what they can do to help expand their current communication repertoire.
That's great. Well, thank you for sharing.
Oh,
so
you're very
be
welcome.
sure to check out Dynamics 676 with Professor Brian Shapiro, Communication Competence, Extracting Value in Key Organizational Interactions.
You don't want to miss it.